When your cat suddenly bites you, do you actually know what that means? It feels random, like they just snapped, like something is wrong with them. But behind that small moment, there's something deeper that most people completely miss. It's one of the most misunderstood behaviors your cat can show. And if you react the wrong way, which most owners do, you might actually be making it worse. Let's start with what that bite really means. Have you ever been petting your cat and suddenly they bite you? Most people think it's aggression, that the cat got angry for no reason. But here's what's actually happening. That bite is a signal. Cats don't have words, so they use actions, and biting is one of the clearest ways they communicate discomfort. Think about that for a second. Your cat isn't trying to hurt you. They're trying to tell you something before it gets worse. Have you noticed how your cat enjoys petting, but only for a while? Most people assume more affection means better. But here's what's actually happening. Cats experience something called overstimulation, where too much touching starts to feel uncomfortable. So when your cat suddenly bites, they've reached their limit. And instead of walking away immediately, they give you a warning. That bite is the warning. Have you ever seen your cat play and then suddenly bite your hand? Most people think it's bad behavior. But here's what's actually happening. Cats are natural hunters. Their brain is wired to chase, grab, and bite. So when they play with you, sometimes your hand becomes the target. What makes this even more meaningful is they're not trying to attack you. They're treating you like part of their play world. Think about that. You're included in their instinct. Now here's where it gets deeper. Kittens learn boundaries by biting each other, and if one bites too hard, the other reacts, and that's how they learn control. That behavior doesn't disappear. It grows with them. So when your cat bites you, they're using the same system they learned as a kitten. Think about that for a second. They're interacting with you the same way they learned to interact with their own kind. Here's something most people don't realize. Your cat doesn't bite everyone. They don't do this with strangers. They don't do this with people they don't trust. So if your cat bites you in certain moments, that behavior is selective. It means they're comfortable enough with you to express themselves freely. Out of everyone, they choose you to communicate with. Now here's the part most owners never realize. Sometimes your cat bites you gently and then stays close or even licks you after. That's not confusion. That's communication. They're saying stop, but they're not rejecting you. They're setting a boundary while still staying connected. Think about that for a second. They're choosing honesty over distance. And here's where it gets even more powerful. If your cat suddenly starts biting more than usual, don't ignore it. Because that change means something. It could be stress, it could be discomfort, or even hidden pain. Cats don't show weakness easily, so behavior becomes their signal. This is where most owners get it wrong. They assume the cat is just acting out. But cats don't randomly change meaningful behavior. There's always a reason. So if the biting increases, look closer. Because sometimes a small bite reveals something much bigger. So when your cat suddenly bites you, do you actually know what it means? It's not just aggression. It's not just mood. It's communication. It's instinct. It's boundaries. That's not random behavior. That's your cat trying to talk to you in the only way they can. And that small moment when they bite you, it was never small to them. And it shouldn't be small to you either.